Alright guys, next up for my Transformers Prime reviews is the Voyager class Optimus Prime. This is not the first edition, this is the Robots in Disguise version. First edition just cost too much, so I'm not going to bother getting it. And it's not that much better in my opinion, so whatever. It's better, it's just not that much better. So I'm okay with this one. For the price, I'm happy. He is good overall. There are a few small gripes I have. He stands at 7 inches tall, so he's good size, pretty good skill compared to the other guys. Overall, the sculpt is good. He's just about spot on for the show. There is not too much to complain about as far as the sculpt goes. The problem really comes in with the paint, and we'll get to that in just a second. First thing I want to do is show you the accessories. He comes with a sword, which is pretty bland. It's not the best looking sword. It really could have used a little bit of paint and maybe a better mold too. I don't care for it that much, but that's what he has, if we can focus on it. Having the cat in the background sure doesn't help, does it? So there it is. It's got the pegs on it and the peg hole. That's mostly for vehicle mode when you have to connect it with this piece, but you can connect it in robot mode too. This piece is his gun. It's made of clear blue here and then the molded silver there, and how it works is if you pull back on this, the silver part, the other part goes forward and it turns into his gun. Now if you look, I know there's bright lights here, but you can see the light that turns on, and it's a red light on blue plastic, so it looks pretty bad, and it kind of lights up the gun. I know you can't tell here, but it does when the lights are out. But I don't like that they use a red light on blue plastic. It just looks weird. And there's no button or snap to hold it down. Probably because there's a light, they don't want you to just leave it on. But you have to hold it there if you want the gun out. Otherwise it's just this big block, and it's pretty ugly. So I don't care for that. I would have rather we have better paint app than the accessory. Now the paint app on the head is good. It's a really good sculpt for the head as well. Really no complaints in that department. Good range of motion. Full swivel, of course. Up and down, decent. So pretty good there. The light piping is okay. He's got really tiny eyes though, so the light piping isn't the most effective. He's got the clear blue windows, so that's nice looking. Overall, he looks good. If you didn't know what he was supposed to look like, you'd be happy with him. He's got all kinds of different molded silvers and grays, and he's got the blue and the red and the clear blue. They probably went overboard on the clear blue. That should be red there. And a lot of this should be red as well up here. So they really needed to put some more red on his torso and on his arms. Like I said, if you didn't know what he was supposed to look like, you'd be fine with it. But since we do, it's problematic. His lower legs look good except for his feet. I'm almost positive they're not supposed to be black. I just watched a whole bunch of episodes and I can't remember now, but they look off, so I don't think they're supposed to be black. The sculpt though is pretty good. The wheels could be tucked better, you know, to make it accurate for the show, but they're still, you know, it's a Transformer, so it's not going to be perfect, so that's fine. No paint on the wheels though. I wish there was on these, the back ones or the front ones. We can talk about that in vehicle mode. But he does look good overall. Articulation wise, we already got the head. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so pretty good range of motion there. He's got a swivel built in here, single jointed elbow there. Kind of limited compared to some of the other ones, but he is bigger and it is effective, so really no complaints. The only articulation in the hands is that right there, and that's really the only thing you're going to use that for is the transformation. So not too much going on for the hands. No waist twist. Thighs are about the same as everyone else. It's kind of he's got the ball joint there and the swivel there. This part doesn't go up over that at all, so it doesn't hide the cut joint like some of the other ones did, but it still doesn't look bad. For the knees, single jointed knee. Good range of motion for the knee joint, so that's fine. The foot is on a ball joint there, so decent range there. You've got a pivot and forward and back. Not enough forward though. It doesn't go forward barely at all, just back. But still it's pretty good. That needs to be out that way. Probably the biggest complaint other than the paint is the hollow shin there. It doesn't look very good. But overall it is good. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. The paint app and then a couple of the problems with the sculpt. He could have been a lot better. If we didn't have this thing and we had better figure, that'd be good in my book. Let's get him transformed and talk about the vehicle mode. We have Optimus Prime transformed into vehicle mode. It is pretty good. I'm going to say right off the bat, I like it. A lot of people I'm hearing complain, not seriously, just an issue, that it looks too much like a toy truck. Now we know it's a toy of a truck, but it's supposed to look like a giant robot truck thing. Now it does look a little bit toy-like just due to the proportions, but it's pretty much screen accurate. It is supposed to be shorter and kind of more cartoonish, and the paint job is supposed to be just these two colors, no flames or anything, so it's pretty close to screen accurate. We're missing a little bit of blue here, I believe, but it's not bad. We do have some metallic silver, some molded grays, the blue windows, the headlights are painted finally. We have the Autobot logo there, another Autobot logo up here. You've got the trailer jack, what's that called? Trailer hitch thing there. No taillights or anything painted, unfortunately, and no paint on the wheel. So it's not bad, it's not great. Overall, I give it a, let's give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I wish there was a little bit of paint on the wheels. I wish this was finished a little bit more, and just paint in general. But it is pretty good, so I am pleased with it. My biggest gripe is the accessories. They show in the instructions plugging the sword in there and the gun, where is it, on top of the sword like that. Now this peg hole, because it's in the gap, it's way loose. It doesn't hold anything, so don't expect it to be in there very sturdy if you put something in there. I think it just looks dumb like that anyway. You do have these holes here and you can kind of fit stuff in there, but it doesn't work well. So personally, I would just leave this out. If you're going to display him in vehicle mode, just ignore this, especially the sword, because you can't even hide that and make it look okay. At least this, if you set it on the truck bed, it just looks like something he's carrying or something like that. But even then, it's just leave the accessories off. Vehicle mode's pretty decent overall. It measures almost 6 inches, 5 3/4 inches, so it's pretty good size. It's not the most cool looking Optimus Prime figure that we've ever gotten, but it's not bad. It's pretty accurate, and it rolls nicely. So there he is. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope these Transformers reviews have been informative. I'll have a few more probably in a couple days, and look out for some other reviews. I have a bunch of stuff coming up soon, so thanks again, guys. Look out for those videos, and keep collecting.